So I'm going to start a new series called Browsing Twitter because I'm always on Twitter. And I usually always come across a very interesting tweet, at least once per day. And just in general, some interesting things on Twitter. It's just a lot of information on Twitter. A lot of nonsense too. So in this series, we'll be taking a tweet, looking at the tweet, scrolling through the comments, and talking about the tweet. So in our first episode, we're going to be talking about a tweet that was tweeted by Black millionaires. And the tweet, as you can see here, says, Gayle King says she loaned a man she was dating for 2 months $4,000 to cover his child support issue. Quote, he paid it back one time, but I never looked at the relationship the same. I couldn't get over it. End quote. And it's via The Pivot. So this must have been when she did her interview with The Pivot, which I have not watched the interview in full. It also has an audio clip here, so I'm going to play the audio clip, which is 12 seconds, and then we'll discuss.
Do you think you could lend me $4,000? And I'm like, oh, God. Asked what it's for. He said, yeah, it was for a child support issue.
All right. And let's talk about it. Because, I've already scrolled a little bit down. The men on here like, what's the issue? He paid it back on time. What is the issue? So this is my opinion on it. 2 months of asking for that type of money is already doing too much as it is. Now, they're millionaires, so it's maybe different for them. But just for regular people, 2 months asking for that type of money, let's say $400 to bring it down to regular people level. 2 months, somebody asks you $400. I feel like that's just too soon. You've only known the person 2 months. And it doesn't matter if it was a guy giving to a woman or a woman giving to a male. Either way, if you only know some person for 2 months and they already asking for a substantial amount of money, for me, that's red flags. For one, I'm going to look at it like this. It's already just 2 months. I'm still getting to know you and everything. It gives me a red flag that maybe you don't have your life together. Now, yes, everyone comes through hardships. I get all that. But as an adult, when you get to a certain age, I just expect you to have certain things. So me personally, I don't go around asking people for money. I don't borrow money. If my budget is not where it's supposed to be and I need some extra money here and there, I tend to just borrow from myself. And when I say borrow from myself, that will either be going to my savings and taking it out of there, or putting whatever bill or expense on a credit card that I don't really use. And that's what I call borrowing from myself. I would do those things before I go ask somebody for money. And if it's really desperate and a very large sum that I don't have or I need to get more, I would just go take out a personal loan. But that's just me. That's just the type of adult activities that I expect someone to do. So that's just how I feel in general when it comes to, after a certain age, you shouldn't be asking people for money. You should have these things set up where you can borrow from yourself, or i.e. go get a personal loan. Just go set up something. Unless you know somebody, that really got it like that, and they don't mind. The other thing is, I only know you for 2 months. You already asked me for this type of money. How you get to asking me before you go to a best friend, a brother, sister, cousin, uncle, auntie, your mama, your daddy, your grandpa, your grandma, maybe a close coworker that you've known for years? I mean, it feel like it's several other people that you can go to ask before you get to asking a person that you're dating for 2 months. I just feel like why me? And then it's in regards to a child support issue listen, I got a whole thing on child support, which I will one day do, but to me, that wouldn't have been a good sign either. And, Gayle gave it to him. I don't know, maybe she really liked it. I wouldn't have gave it to him. I mean, that's just, like I said, it's too soon for me. It doesn't matter, vice versa. Even if it was a woman asking a male, I would advise he shouldn't have gave it to her. Either way it goes, 2 months, don't know each other long enough. And she said she can never look at him the same. Now, I guess I'll have to go find more of the interview to find out if she elaborated on that or why she couldn't look at him the same. But I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to spectate. Maybe she spoke on it. but she said she can never look at him the same. So now let's scroll through some of the tweets. So the first tweet: imagine fulfilling your obligation on time and being judged negatively. Shake my head. If the shoe was on the other foot. Listen, it's great that he paid it back on time, but my issue is he shouldn't have even asked in the first place, in my opinion. You're just way too comfortable. 2 months is just way too less of time to be asking somebody for that. Second one says, in other words, she gets to pick and choose when she wants to fulfill her duties, but he has to be a man at all times. Yeah, you see how these comments are finna go, right? That's why you forever remain single. I see both sides of the argument. I'll just say, if she ever has time of need, whether it's money or a shoulder crown, she needs to remember this. I don't feel that's fair. Because once again, this is not a situation where they were dating for 2 years. If it's 2 years, it's something different. This is a 2 month type thing. So I don't feel like that's a fair tweet. Somebody says, women don't care about men's needs. If she would ask him for money, he would give it simple. Listen, like I said, it don't matter if it's a man. Either way, it's about 2 months. I don't think you should be giving that type of money. But that's just me. I just feel like it's red flags. That's just me. Makes sense. His responsibility is to provide for the children he raised. She's right there. And then this Twitter says, so why you give it to him? And that's what I'm thinking. Why would you even give it to him? You know this person for 2 months. Now, I understand. Sometimes you kick it off with somebody. You really, really like that person. Everything just seeming well, but I'm telling you, like, for me, that's a major red flag. He didn't ask for 400. He asked for 4,000 in the first 2. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. So keep on scrolling. As you can see these comments here. See, I'm with this whatever Dark Sister say. Dang, they getting bold, ask for money when you only known them for 2 months. Shake my head. That's my thing. Like, come on, like 2 months? That's crazy. This next one says, fair part of being a man is being a leader, planning ahead and handling business on your own. If nothing is going your way and you do need help, reach out to the homies or a male mentor, but never your girl. Now, I'm not going to say never your girl. I believe, if y'all in partnership and y'all been together for a while, y'all in partnership, then you should be able to lean on your partner at any time. So I'm not going to say that. But I don't even think that was his girl at the time. I mean, at this point, 2 months, y'all still dating, y'all still fresh. It's too soon for that. This next person says, a lot of people are going to agree with her, but then get mad when a guy expects a woman to handle certain things on her own. I'm not even saying she's wrong, but this could cut another way. Like I said, I expect adults to be adults. And that's the only reason I have an issue with it. It's because 4,000, like I said, is a lot of money. Now, he's dealing with a millionaire, so, it's different on the scale for them. So let's scale it down to regular people. 400 in this day and age is a lot of money. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's a lot of money to give somebody for free. And the only reason I'm saying that is because, I know you saw plenty of studies where it says a lot of Americans don't even have $1,000, saved up in emergency. A lot of people living paycheck to paycheck. So if I just bring it down to 400, somebody asks you talking to somebody new for 2 months and they ask you 400, like, that shouldn't raise any red flags. So honestly, in my opinion, this is on Gayle for even entertaining this foolishness. So you can see the rest of the tweets here. A lot of men commenting. They don't see the issue, but yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Someone says, this is why you never ask anyone outside of the family or best friends for anything. They will treat you different forever. And I think that's a wise thing to go by. You need some actual, depend on your friends and your best friends, because your best friends are usually friends you've had forever. Depend on them and keep it that way, right? Because they ain't going to judge you. At least they're not, that type. So just keep it that way. So subscribe if you haven't already. Tune in to next time. Later.